Shalom my little friends. Okay, so we're going to we're going to praise Yahushua Jesus. He has led me to a channel called the Like God CSEA Warrior. Please do your own research. Check him out. Praise Yahushua. I was blessed with him yesterday, and I'm just so grateful. He said one thing in one of his videos that is something I've been saying for a long time and have had arguments with buddies over this one saying, that I feel like the bottomless pit is the space that NASA says that they go into. I've said it for years, and praise Yahushua, I was listening to one of the Like God Sea Warriors videos this morning, and he said the same thing. He believes the same thing. And praise Yahushua, I wasn't even trying to find something to go along with what he said and do a video on. I was reading Job chapter 3. He was going to do the whole chapter for you. Come to find out, Yahushua don't want us to do that. He just wants us to do one verse out of Job chapter 3. Now look, Job chapter 3 is all about Job crying out, why, Father? Why is this stuff happening? Why did I have to be born? Why? Please curse the day that you had me to be born. The day that you had me be born. Curse it. Make that day don't even see day of the light of day. Be gone. But it's interesting in Job 3:8 what he says. He says, let them curse it, curse the day, that curse the day, who are ready to raise up their mourning. Let's talk about this a little bit. Now, that word for mourning is Concordance number H3882. And it actually means, get this, Leviathan. It means a wreathed animal, serpent, the crocodile, or some other large sea monster, especially the crocodile or some other large sea monster. Figuratively, the constellation of the dragon, a symbol of Babylon. Leviathan. Mourning. This is what mourning means right here. So you've got Job asking our Father to have the ones that they're ready to raise up their Leviathan, their dragon, Satan, to curse that day for him. He's asking our Father to have them do it. But you know why? Because Job understood. Job's one of the oldest books in the Bible. And Job knew, he understood these folks knew what words to use, how powerful their words were, the mystics that they were involved in, that they could stop, slow down, manipulate time. He knew that. That's why he said, let them curse that day. See, CERN, Switzerland, had a parade happen a few years ago, and I think it's called Gotham Tunnel. I'm not sure. Just put in strange parade that happened at CERN, Switzerland, and you will see this parade. Well, at the end of the parade, the sign, these weird folks, they had a big screen up, and they had showed a clock on the screen, and they were showing that they defeated time. They had defeated time. They were immortal now. That's what the main focus is for these scientists, these elites. That is their main focus, is time. And doesn't Daniel say that there will be a king that will come, and he will change the times and the seasons and the laws, or something along those lines, but time is involved in it. That's how this Mandela effect is happening, where the word is being changed. Not just the word, but other things around us. Because time can be manipulated. Time can be changed. But not our Father's appointed time. See, when I read this story of Job, I don't think of Satan as Satan got the thought in his head to go up to our Father and ask him if he could do things to Job. Satan was already chosen to choose Job for this specific purpose. So the book of Job could be written. There are many prophecies in the book of Job that have not been fulfilled yet. So Job being the oldest book in the Bible, Job, when he was born already, it was already written for him to be chosen for this time. I believe that 100%. There's no coincidences. There's nothing new under the sun. I tell everybody, I say it all the time, read the book of Ecclesiastes. Small little book, chapters 1 through 12. That's it. That book describes so much to us. Our Father says that He put the world in our hearts that we cannot find out the things of our Father. What He does, His ways. If He wants us to know it, He will show it to us. There's nothing that we can do to change our Father's appointed time. Job here knew. See, the word for, he says, let them curse the day, who are ready to raise up their mourning, who are ready to raise up. That word for raise is Concordance number H5778, and it means Ur. Where was Abraham from? The land of Ur. Abraham had to destroy his father's idols, the false gods that they were worshiping. Those were some of the very false god statues that were created on the earth. Some of the very first ones. This is the time of Abraham. So these mystics, these folks, were already ready to raise up their false god, who they worshipped, who they get their power from. These fallen angels, these constellations, these stars that are in the heavens. It is not hidden any longer. The black cube that the Muslims walk around, the black cube that the Hindu or the Jews, the phylactery, the ones that don't believe in Yahusha, the ones that do the Kabbalah, that black cube they own on their forehead, plus the Freemasons have a huge black cube in their main temple. Huge black cube that has Hebrew language around it. That cube is connected to Saturn. And Saturn is considered the planet of time, the father of time. So our Father, our Holy Creator, the one and only true Almighty Lord Yahuwah, is not inside time. For man to try to grasp being outside of time, sometimes it'll give you anxiety. Trying to think of no time. It's impossible. Unless you have it written in your DNA for Yahushua to show you that. You've already been chosen to be shown this. You know, I had a conversation with my dad the other day, and he said, I don't think things have already happened. I believe that we can make wrong decisions and this and that. I'm still perplexed on that one because, there are many Bible verses that describe to us that our Father is the knower of all hearts. He's the one. He says that He's the one that puts the thought in Gog's mind to go after the children of Israel. He knows every single thing. If He didn't know every single thing, then John wouldn't have seen all the things that happened already on the island of Patmos. The prophets, or us, even us, we would not be given visions of things that are to come if they had already happened. We wouldn't be able to see them. I think about our Father in Genesis a lot. When He, before He spoke it into existence, before He spoke Yahushua Jesus, the Word, the light, before He spoke it into existence, He thought it. The thought manifested first in the words. Our thoughts. This is where it all happens, up here. Actually, I think the heart. I think it's the heart just getting to the mind. So, but it happens so much. More sin happens in our brain than anywhere else. Seriously, straight up. Thoughts are powerful. But we get the thought given to us of something that is to come. It's already happened. It's already been drawn out, written out. Nothing that we have, nothing that we do, nothing we have can change our Father's appointed times. No. Praise you, worship Jesus. Praise you, worship Jesus. Well, I do think it's interesting here. I believe that we're going to be done with this one. I gotta go. I think this is interesting that here he is talking about the ones that raise up the Leviathan. They're ready to raise him up, and straight up he's letting us know that he knew they had the ability to curse these things, to change these things. Maybe not to curse them, but he knew they had the ability to do something, to try to do something. See, no one has any authority except for by Yahushua. Isaiah 45:7 all the time. Our Father says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace, shalom, and create evil. I, the Lord Yahuwah, do all these things. He does it. He even says in Proverbs that he created the wicked for the day of his coming. For the end of days, the latter days, something along those lines. I can't remember exactly. I'm being rushed. Y'all just have a blessed day in the name of Yahushua, and give me your feedback. Talk to me about it. And it's interesting. We'll just say one more thing. Right down here in verse 9, right after verse 8, he brings up the stars. I just think it's so interesting. He's talking about the womb and the stars, and I don't know what they have anything to do with the womb. What do the stars have to do with the womb? Just check it out. Y'all be blessed in the name of Yahushua.